Hello and welcome to the Week Ahead video. Quite a few things to brief you on ahead of what's likely to be a pretty busy week for the European and US markets. I'll start off with the weekend recap of the news flow in regards to Ukraine. The US President Obama and his G7 counterparts are likely to continue to constrict Moscow with some further sanctions this week. They're expected to be against further Russian individuals, but particularly those with very close ties to the Russian President Putin. That's the likes of the CEOs of Gazprom and Rosneft, so we'll see how that pans out as we progress through the next 5 days after the 48-hour ultimatum issued by Kiev was seen as unheeded by Moscow and they issued no response. However, there is some further data this week that will also garner focus, most pertinent of which being Eurozone's CPI estimate, which is expected at around 0.9%, which is a bit of a pullback, but it's unlikely to lift any pressure off the ECB's shoulders to act, as Eurozone excess liquidity remains at multi-year lows and well below 100 billion, pushing euro to some of the highest levels seen in months against the US dollar. Elsewhere in data, we have UK GDP, the advanced reading for Q1. That's expected to again show some swift growth for the UK economy of around 0.9%, particularly as the construction sector rebounds. That's after the flood impact that we saw last quarter. Then moving on to the US, we have a slew of data, the likes of annualised GDP, but all culminating in Friday's headline non-farm payrolls. It's expected at 203,000, which would be one of the highest readings in months, as the initial jobless claims 4-week average falls to lows not seen since before the recession some years ago. So all this is also combined with further earnings out of both the US and Europe. We've seen headlines out of Bayer, one of the largest German firms, with a beat on expectations, with a lot of oil and gas names over in the US reporting this week, the likes of ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips and Chevron. Of course, we'll bring you all of those as soon as it hits the wires, as well as any other relevant commentary to your trading. But in the meantime, that's all from me. Make sure you have a fantastic 5 days of trade.